should have talked about him first. London's doing good. I went over to the hospital yesterday after the TV show to see him. They were bringing him down for an MRI. He came walking into my office a little bit later on yesterday afternoon. I was in good spirits, feeling good. We talked for a while, and he feels like he'll be back and going at some point. I'm not sure when that'll be, obviously, but he was in really good spirits. They sometimes do that for precautionary reasons, and obviously, it's always hard on everybody, both sides of the field. No one ever wants to see that happen. So we're just grateful, and I know a lot of our players were saying prayers for him, but we're good that he's healthy and good to go.
Well, you made it a point in preseason to say that you thought your offense would be better. You thought your offense would be better this year.
I remember saying that. ACC Media Days. Yeah, said I expected them to be better.
Right.
But I expect a lot of things.
Well,
and I get some, and some I don't get. But
think you overestimated, or what do you think?
No, you have to have high expectations. You have to have high expectations, and and looking at what we got coming back, and I feel good about what's going on. But right now, we're not obviously getting that done. So we've got to regroup. We've got to do a better job of coaching. We got to do a better job of playing, and we got to make sure we all stay together, which I'm happy about. I'm happy about the way the locker room was at halftime and the way guys stepped up, and the energy and leadership that we took the field with the second half was something that allowed us to come back and win the game. So, but obviously we're not, playing the way we should.
The quarterback competition, is it an open competition, or do you expect Malik to be the starter?
No, Malik will start the game. Yeah, he's had 12 possessions that he started, and scored 8 times in those 12 possessions. He gives us energy. He gets the guys around him to play hard. I had him up in my office yesterday. I feel bad for him. Obviously, it's not what I expected. It's not what he expected. It's hard on him. But he'll come back. He'll regroup, and but like I told him, I got to do what I think's best for the team. And right now that's what I feel is best.
That conversation with Puma, did it go well? Do you feel like you need
It went
him
good.
for the
Yeah,
rest of the season?
obviously it's hard. It's not at all what he expected and how he expected things to go. And I thought he played well against Alabama, but we just haven't been driving the ball and getting the ball in the end zone. So, but yeah, it's hard on him. It's hard on me. It's not what we wanted. Like I told him, I'm still a big fan of his, and I expect him to come back, and he's got to keep a positive attitude. That's going to be the biggest challenge, is to keep a positive attitude, be a good teammate, be a good leader, and get ready.
Obviously, media fans focus on quarterbacks so much, but you mentioned it's the entire offense. Are there any other position changes that you're considering, and what other spots on the offense really need to step up?
I like the way that the offensive line has started to come together and gelled. And Nathan Sheeler had a really good game. That's his best game that he's had here. He played really well in there. I think with our big tackles on the edge, that helps us a lot. And I think that we'll do a good job of continuing to get better in running the football. Dave Williams took a huge step forward in the second half to carry the ball the way he did. And, made some big runs, got the ball in the end zone, a guy that we really trust in pass protections. So it was good to see him do that. I think that's the healthiest that he's really looked all fall, and the most acceleration that he's had all fall. And you started to see it in practice this week, so it was great to see it show up in the game.
Will he start also on Saturday?
Sometimes starters are determined on what personnel group runs out there first. So I would anticipate that he would, but we got to wait and see what personnel group we throw out there.
The other injured guys, do you have an update on D. Smith? It seemed like he was a big loss for you.
No, I don't. Mondays we're out of practice today. We don't have any work today. It's their day. They have labs and school, so they come in at different times throughout the day. So I'll meet with Matt Summers here later tonight.
On the defense, with John and Dorian out how difficult has it been in the front seven, and what ways do you have of making up for those absences with two of the more important players on that defense?
Yeah, well, certainly we miss John, and his leadership and pass rush ability. I do think the guys that have been filling in for him have done a nice job. QP's continues to get better. Jared has made some huge plays for us and shows his ability. You know, that's a big guy that can move, that's gonna end up just getting better and better. But we miss John, no question about that. Dorian's loss is a big one because he was the communicator. He was the guy that was, you know, making the calls, telling everyone what to do, making the checks. So, you know, that was a lot of teaching, a lot of things to get done in that short period of time. But I thought Robert Hicks played well. He played hard. You know, he's a really good football player, and he's just physical and fast and plays hard. I mean, he still has a lot to learn, you know, but he did play well.
Puma I think he threw 3 passes, and all 3 the receivers got hands on. Looking back on it, did you feel like you took him out too soon?
No, I didn't think so. You know, I felt like, you know, he did have some bad luck, you know, and he also, you know, I think probably the one I didn't like was the sack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's out of the pocket, and he's, you know, knows he can just throw the ball away. He did have a guy open earlier on that, but to go from 2nd and 10 to 2nd and 16 or 17, I think what it might even have been, that's hard. And I just felt like, you know, all week long they rotated reps in practice, and I felt like it was the right thing to do. I was looking for some energy and some, you know, change in the offense moving the ball.